Hello, hello. This is day 26 of 30 homemade Christmas gift ideas series that I am working on. My name is Dory and I'm with Prairie Scraps. I'm here in Idaho and I'm excited to bring to you some, I guess you can see that across my shirt, some ideas. I think I actually didn't get this to be on a private one because I was trying to put it in the members and it just was skipping ahead. So we're just going to do it. And if you happen to be here, say hello. Make sure you say hello to me. That helps me out. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification little bell, and a little like would be great too. So I'm not demanding it all. I'd love to have you just check in. It helps me out. I'm a small business owner. I love to craft and make pretty things. It's my craft therapy. So I hope that you'll get some great ideas for Christmas and what you can make for homemade. So I've been doing this series. It's like 26 days of it. I've done 26 different ideas. And today's I'm going to do for kids. I haven't done a ton of them. I think way back in the beginning, maybe I did one that was for kids, but I wanted to do another one for kids. And one of my favorite things to make for kids is graphic t-shirts. And what better way to have one that you make yourself? And I'm a grandma, so I have a couple little ones around, and I love to be able to make them some special t-shirts to their liking. So I'm just gonna make one today. I actually picked up a t-shirt. It's kind of like a green. This was from Walmart, and the tag on it says originally it was $3.98. It was on clearance, like it was this summer, I guess. I think this was in their spring launch. It was on clearance for $2. So this really saved me some money. So if you ever see like just plain t-shirts on clearance places, be sure they're good quality. This is the Wonder Nation in Walmart. So that is where I got it from. There's actually a little tag on the inside, but I wanted to show you really quickly how to get this. So we're going to ink this. I've got a transfer that I think my granddaughter and grandson will both like. And I got green kind of thinking, well, it could go for either one. So we're just going to get started. But I have a new way. One of the things I love about being in Chalk Couture is the fact that I have lots of friends that I get to learn new things from, new craft ideas, and just a nice little network of people to work with. I'm not on my own. I have my own business, and I have, people underneath me, but I also have other people that I get to learn lots of things from crafting. So this was one of them I learned from another designer. An easy way to get your transfer centered onto a t-shirt. So first we're going to fold it in half, and with the front side out, and then we're going to get our transfer. And this is a transfer that came out this year in January. It is called a whale. And I love it. It's got all this graphic. I've been holding on to this forever. I totally knew I needed this to make my grandkids. Actually, my grandson, I was thinking it would make a cute one. But my granddaughter, I'm finding out, loves animals. They both love animals. So putting whales on the front of their t-shirt, I think, will be just a fun little project to do today. So that is what we are going to do. And so we want to get that transfer out. And the first thing we want to do is, if I was chalking with this, I would want to go ahead and get it fuzz. But because we're using it on a t-shirt, we do not need to fuzz at all the first time. I kind of like to use my transfers the first time. If I think I'm going to use it for t-shirts, I'll do that first. So as you can see, I folded it back, not to the front side, not the sticky side. Don't put the sticky sides together. And I've just made a little crease at the top and the bottom, and that is our middle point. Our transfers are already made so that it's centered really nicely. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line that up on this t-shirt so that it's right down the center. And I think I might go a little high on it. Usually, and just line it up. So that's going to be half of it. And then when we open it up, it's going to go right down the center of that t-shirt. Isn't that awesome? I think that is such a cool thing. And I put it on upside down. So good to look at it and read it before you do it. So we'll do that again. So you get to see that again. So I'll just go ahead and fold this in half, making sure that I'm lining up all the seams and everything. So nice that I did that twice for you, right? And then I still have that creases, and this time I'm gonna make sure the writing is going the correct way, right side up. And I'm just going to line that right up on the center fold line on this side, and then it looks like it's right side up, humpback whale it says. And then I'm going to open up the t-shirt and stick it all down, making sure all the bubbles are out. Make sure there's a little bit of a crease here in the t-shirt material. So we're just going to put it on. It says killer whale up there. It's got all the different whales on it. I think it's really cute. I don't know. That doesn't look very in the center. Maybe I didn't fold in the center. I don't know. Did I not have it? Let's see. It looks off to the side. So maybe that didn't work. I don't know. I'm going to try again because I want this to be in the center. Just by eyeballing, I could see that it wasn't exactly center. So I'm going to redo the third time. 3 times a charm, right? All right, get that nice and folded out there. And I'm going to redo the center of this so that I know exactly where that line is. All right. And then make sure it's right side up. Sorry, this is taking me a couple times. Usually it doesn't take me this long, but this is the first time I'm using this idea. So, all right, here we go. Third time is a charm. Make sure it's right side up. Make sure that is in the center. I'm going to move it a little bit. Oh, I think it needs to be that way a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's see. Yep, that's better. Much better. Okay. Don't want it off kilter. And I'm going to keep this one really simple because I love the graphics on this are just gorgeous. You could use any of our transfers with our inks to make t-shirts. So really the sky is the limit, whatever you want to do. Of course, here I am being a Norwegian and putting my hair in the middle of it. Try to get it off. Okay. All right. Then the next thing we want to do is put our ink mat in here because you do not want to do t-shirts without having something in between. If you don't have an ink mat, you could use a piece of cardboard. The ink mat is nice because it does have the stickiness to it. It's kind of like a Cricut mat. It's got stickiness to it, and so it holds the t-shirt in place while you're doing the ink. Okay, we are going to use Dune ink on this and our small squeegee, and I did kind of check on it because I think this was really dry the last time I used it. It's okay to use too much ink, and we're just going to make sure all the bubbles are out. We don't want to have any bubbles in it whatsoever because that will go underneath the transfer. We're just going to take our time and fill all those, well, it looks like the green t-shirt through. Oops. And just go ahead and run the squeegee. If you can butter toast, you can do this. It really is simple. It's a narwhal on the top. I think this will be a fun t-shirt. I may even give this for a Christmas gift for sure. I was thinking, well, it's kind of a, t-shirt for the spring, but I think, I was thinking this one would fit my grandson, but I actually think it's going to fit my granddaughter because it's not quite that, it's a little big. There we go. Just want to make sure you get all the spots and fill them in. You take your time. It doesn't matter. Ink is like, I think, the most forgiving medium to use in our transfers because you don't have to worry about going too fast. You can just take your time, get everything filled in, and see the magic happen. It really is kind of magical project because it's so easy peasy. You're like, oh my gosh, that was super easy. And then what we want to do is heat set it. I will leave this set for 24 hours. And then once it's set, I will go ahead and once it is dried up, 24 hours it takes usually to dry, then I will take an iron and a piece of parchment paper on the highest heat you possibly can. And for 3 or 4 minutes, just go ahead and heat set it. You could also use one of those machines, those fancy machines. I have a little mini one. I'll use it for this too, because I don't have to bring out the whole ironing board because I got a little pad I can use it. I suppose I could use it with the regular ironing too, but it's just fun to use the little one. And you can see the temperature and everything. So I try to do it the highest temperature, like 300. But that is it. I think we're going to be good to go. I'm going to set this aside, close up my ink so it doesn't dry out. And then I always check my fingers to be sure that they're clean. I just got a little bit of residue, not really anything major. But when you peel it to reveal it, you don't want to put your fingerprint somewhere. So that's the biggest thing I'm trying to avoid. And this just washes off. This transfer washes off with plain water in the sink. And you can go ahead and use it up to a dozen times, which is great. Okay, here we go. Let's see how our killer whale looks good. Where's that sperm whale? Blue whale. And you could do colors. You could do whatever. I love the look of just one color. Gray whale, and then humpback whale, and beluga whale down there on the bottom. Oh my goodness, so cute. And I just put this back on the backing. We'll take that to the sink and wash it off. Easy peasy. Let it dry, sticky side up for a little while, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then put it back. It does go through, so sometimes you have to wash off your mat a little bit with just plain, water to wash it off. Let me hold this up for you so you can see. And I'm looking, it might be through. The cool thing about ink as opposed to vinyl is there's no weeding. No weeding. Isn't that the cutest? I just think it's cute. So ink is so easy peasy. There is no weeding whatsoever that you have to do. This is look at the detail in that. I don't even know if you could see. Isn't that gorgeous? It's got all the words, all the different whales. I think she's going to love it. What do you think? So no weeding like vinyl. And vinyl, sometimes, I know you have to use a really high quality vinyl to get it to stick, but sometimes vinyl just kind of rips off and comes off. So like, I know we got some ones for our town, and like parts of the town name were coming off the wrestling shirts. You don't have that problem because the ink is actually setting into the fabric and actually going into it and sinking in and being permanent right there. So it doesn't come off. We have t-shirts that we've had for like 5 years made with our ink in our household. You can wash it, dry it. You don't have to turn it inside out or do anything fancy. It's totally permanent and looks as good the first day as it does today, 5 years later on those t-shirts. And to be honest with you, actually, the t-shirt does not last as long as the ink does. So my husband is pretty hard on it. But isn't that the cutest little t-shirt? I think it's a great idea for especially little kids. Give them some graphic tees. Do whatever you want. The other thing I was thinking is she loves rainbows, so I could do a rainbow on the front. That would be really cute too. But I wanted to stick with the animal theme. And now I have a t-shirt for my granddaughter. So much fun for a Christmas gift for those kids in your life. So anyway, if you haven't seen all of my ideas, like I said, this is day 26. Go back, watch some of the ideas. Lots of different things for old, young, everybody in between, neighbors, whatever. Lots of great ideas. And let me know, what's your favorites? What do you want to see? We'll see you soon. And I hope you have a very blessed day and keep on crafting.